are you streaming on?
Both live.
Okay. See, I can't get that on here, so you have to turn that around, yeah?
You don't. What do you? Oh my God.
For the comments?
You have the comments
Where?
on. What do you call it once it's on?
Just gonna go ahead and start in a minute.
I'll do what you forget. Do whatever you gotta do.
See, I don't have comments on here.
There. Oh, because you turned it the wrong way. And this is so difficult to work with someone who's so immature like this. I'm sorry, guys. It's not the Bakersfield gentleman today. It's the Bakersfield adolescent. Shouldn't be allowed to have a cigar. Just can't read comments. And he decides to not be sick anymore. Hey, Larry, how you doing? We are literally just starting out, so please bear with us. Daniel, how you doing? We want to apologize for last week's non-podcasty episode because somebody over here was like, "Oh, I'm so sick." Oh,
Yeah, that was my fault.
give me a minute, and then we'll do the show. 4 hours later, he's still asleep. I am sitting there podcastless. Podcastless? Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah, that works.
But on this week, thanks to everyone who came out to our Culebras event, which we are in right now, Culebras Gentleman Lounge. Thank you to Zeal Cigars for supplying the cigars for today. I am having the King's Comeback.
I'm having the King's Envy.
Boom. I'm having the Habano.
No, I'm sorry, no.
It's reversed.
I'm having the comeback. You're having the Envy.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the Maduro version. Yours is the Habano version. Both are from Zeal Cigars. Anthony, Cam, how you guys doing? Cigar Prop, how you guys doing?
There we go.
Bakersfield, is that in SoCal or NorCal? It's very interesting. Bakersfield is the very northernmost part of Southern California, if that makes sense.
Did you see the video he shared on my page?
Uh-uh.
Oh, my God. You got to watch it. A lot of the friggin' lingo they use is very true. Not enough hella used for me, I think. And you got to get pitted. I think those are the only two real
pitted.
So pitted. I'll show you the video later. But Mitch also commented when he posted when someone from Northern California meets someone from Southern California and the different, slang and whatnot.
Yeah.
What's what I'm looking for? Gosh dang it. The what's the word when your behavior when you're from one area?
Mannerisms, vernacular.
Mannerisms, yeah. Mannerisms. And he pointed out that we are the most northern south you can get and still technically be south.
Yeah. This is that dividing line, you guys. Right above us becomes Central California, and then you get into Northern California. But really, I mean, all over California is different, so it is what it is.
I say this part of California is the most real California. Okay, we still actually grow plants here. There's still oil.
We bring up that sweet oil. We smoke cigars and drink whiskey. And don't whine about it.
Yeah, there is a certain gentleman, and his legs have been missing for a while. Joshua. I'm not judging you too much, but yeah, you're not going anywhere. You need to watch the show. I'm telling you right now. You get that wheelchair, I'm going to lock those brakes on you. I'm going to make you watch with me.
Merle Haggard, yes, Merle Haggard from Bakersfield, as well as Korn.
Absolutely.
The Bakersfield Gentlemen, all household names, basically.
We're actually one of the few people with a Wikipedia page from here, apparently.
That's
which
right.
is a weird thing to see.
Thank
I didn't
you guys
make
very much.
Thanks for hanging with me, guys. For some, I don't like the slider very
I don't
much.
like this slider either, but it's the only one that had fuel. Yeah. And I was too lazy to get one going. So
not your fault. But yeah, Joshua, real quick, since I have you on, I want to do another one of the long cigars we did last time. We did the Lunatic, I remember. The JFR, I think. And vernacular. Yeah, vernacular mannerism. My goodness. Yeah, that's what I was looking for earlier. But today, we already talked about Frankie being sick a little bit.
Stay with it.
It's just that time of year. It's going to hit some of us a little harder than others. This one wanted to be a crybaby about it. It's fine. But I also wanted to talk about these guys right here in our hands.
Yes.
Because we just did on Tuesday our 7 cigars for as close to $50 as we could list, which I think we did pretty good jobs this time.
I could have come in and right at $50, but I went and switched one out for the McAuliffe Magdalia and put me over $1. So I teetered with it.
Well, we said 55. Ruben is checking in. I think he's also in Bakersfield. I don't remember.
He's right there.
Don't remember about that for sure. Oh, shit, yeah, right behind the camera. We actually just got done with an interview. Getting some B-roll in right now. It's looking good. Hopefully I didn't screw up and say anything that's going to get me banned. Pretty sure the Me Too movement's coming for me. It's fine. Whatever. I sexually harassed by cigars all the time. And then one more comment. Central and Northern Cali might as well be part of Oregon. Oh, no. Oh, that hurts.
Ugh.
No, maybe Central more. No, because Fresno Fresno's like us,
Yeah.
You know, we're keeping those. You can have Northern California. Just leave us the wine, and then you can
You
take
can have
everything
LA
else.
too if you want.
I was gonna say San Fran. I still like
Yeah.
LA. I like visiting.
All right, New York and LA are the same to me. I like to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there.
Now, one has way more poop on the floor than the other. All right, and one has one cigar lounge for the entire bay.
I was surprised at how much trash was outside in New York when we went.
I wasn't. I was expecting that. You've seen Coming to America.
Yeah, but I thought that's just for movie purposes.
You think they?
I can't wait for part 2.
Yeah, part 2 is coming. I cannot wait. I didn't know they already wrapped filming. I thought they started, but no. Apparently, they wrapped filming for Coming to America 2. Friggin' hilarious. If you haven't seen Dolomite yet, watch Dolomite on Netflix. You'll know that Eddie Murphy still has it. He's still hilarious. I know he had a couple roles, like not Norbit, it was kind of funny. It was whatever.
Yeah.
But there was one where he was like a little person living in his own brain or something. There were some bad movies in there, but he still has it. He's still very hilarious when he's not just looking for that paycheck.
Arsenio Hall's in it too, right?
Arsenio Hall's in it.
Okay, good. You can't have Coming to America without Arsenio Hall. That scene where they're in the bar looking for girls and he does that character.
Oh man, you apart. Yeah, I love
Friend
that.
too. Yeah,
I love that.
Fantastic. Really quick though, I do have some cigar news I need to talk about.
Okay. Share this.
HR 2339 was passed with a very close vote, 28 to 24, I believe it was. But there was an exemption for premium cigars.
Where did that come from?
That was actually done because one of them said that they wanted to make an amendment, and they said that if they withdrew their amendment, they would go over the wording of the bill, and they would change it there so that they wouldn't have to have an amendment to it. Right now, it stands at the $12 price point and up will be exempt from the online and catalog sales, but that brings into question where you draw that line at $12. $12 cigar in Arizona is a $15 cigar here in California. So they're going to try to decide on where it's going to fit in and how they're going to do it.
I don't know if that's really a win yet.
But for right now, I'm taking it as a W.
All right. It's closer to what we want. Beggars can't be choosers. I'm sure Cigar Rights of America is working on this as best they can.
I hope so.
I'm still I don't know. That hurts my head a little bit. But at least it is some kind of compromise starting.
Right. Well, it just shows that they're open to making those adjustments once they get the information and they are able to gain a little bit more knowledge into what a premium cigar is as opposed to the other products that they're trying to ban. So that does show there is some bipartisanship that's going on in these talks about premium cigars, and that's a good start off point.
So you also mentioned wording. They were going to go over their wording. What did you mean by that?
Well, the person that brought up the amendment wanted to make an amendment to exclude or to exempt premium cigars, but they didn't want to have an amendment right off the bat. So they said, we'll readjust the wording to exempt for these premium cigars at the $12 price point and up, as long as you withdraw your contest for an amendment, because they didn't want to have that right away. So they said, okay, both sides kept their word. They withdrew their amendment protest, and they went ahead and fixed the wording, exempting those cigars.
So instead of having to add an amendment, wording was just changed within the original.
Correct.
And then that was then passed.
Correct.
Through the committee, which then has to go to the House and then the Senate, and then either is agreed upon or vetoed by the president.
Correct.
Which just to have all that happen, just to say if you are not adults enough to have cigars online, shows how ridiculous the process is sometimes. Obviously there's important decisions that need to be made, and they have to go through all those steps.
Yeah.
But this is not one of those that's that confusing, honestly. To me, this is a terrible idea. Shut it down. But it's going to happen.
I still don't understand them putting the tobacco age at 21. It blows my mind. I do like that they have the exclusion for active duty military members can get it at 18. But if you can vote for who's going to lead the country, you should be able to have a drink and smoke a cigar.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can decide what gender you are at 5, you should be able to smoke a cigar.
At 5.
Yeah.
I want to start making smaller ring gauge cigars for children so they can hold it easier.
Right. Because you don't know if that 5-year-old identifies as a 25-year-old.
What if they identify as Winston Churchill?
Yeah.
You're going to tell Winston Churchill can't have a cigar?
You can't curb that.
Just because they're 7 and go to grade school still? No.
How dare you?
That's, I don't know what that would be. That is historical characteristics.
Right.
If you're not allowing someone to identify as someone who smoked cigars throughout history. And Joshua brings up a good point. Wouldn't that force manufacturers to price their $6 cigar at $7 or at $12 all of a sudden? I'm going to say no.
No.
I'm thinking they're just not going to sell them online, which means house blends will have those across the nation, or they'll at least have cheaper cigars in stores, which will make brick and mortars a little more of a fight in this race against online sales, because obviously online sales have taken away from some of the brick and mortar sales.
Yes.
Again, we talked to people in the industry, not as a bad thing, honestly, but as just a way to sell more cigars. The more cigars you sell, the better deal you can get on tobacco. The more types you can make, the more blends you can experiment with, which just means there's more for everybody out there. And if you want your brick and mortar to stick around, that's not on manufacturers. That's not on online sales. It's not really on anyone but the brick and mortar and us.
It's on the consumer. If you guys want them to stick around, you guys got to support them. Absolutely, 100% agree with that. Real quick on this King's comeback. Starting off with a nice draw, good smoke output. The flavors I'm getting are very, very dark chocolate and spice.
I am getting quite a bit of spice in mine. Not really very sweet. I am getting some nice wood notes, a little bit of leatheriness. Really good Habano so far. I believe you told me the price point on these is very favorable. They also, if you're going to purchase from Zeal, while you still can, please do. They don't charge for shipping. It's built in as soon as you pay a certain amount.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's like not that high either. It's not like a box or anything. It's just a good amount.
Right. Yeah. These again do come in bundles. They don't come in boxes.
Bundles.
And one of the reasons that Brad went that way so you can get them out to the consumer faster. You don't have to basically double the price because you're not putting bands on them. You're not putting them in those really nice boxes and having to deal with all the labeling and whatnot. You get them in a bundle in the cello, and that's a way to keep prices down.
I like that a lot. Helps out. So what did you have in mind? Joshua, I want to find a new ridiculously long cigar. Will you give me some time to figure out exactly which one and when I have a date for that, and we will set this up because I have the new software. I can chime in a lot easier than we did last time where I could barely hear you. Bugged me. Ephraim, how are you doing? Hope it's well.
Ephraim, I have a pack of cigars for you, so let me know next time you're going to be at the club. I want to get those to you.
Yes, he is actually a member of Culebras.
Yeah.
And we just had our event on the 16th.
Yep. Everybody got one of the King's comeback, one of the King's Envy comeback. They also got a nice little large ring gauge cutter. It all came in this nice My Father bag with a nice Bovita pack inside. And, of course, in my opinion, the star of the night also, everybody got a Viva La Vida Robusto, 54 by 5 inches.
Which is a great little cigar.
Which is a fantastic cigar if you guys have not tried this yet.
Whew, this has been nice so far.
Oh, does that say, what does that say on there?
Extravaganza. I got to put that little Spanish twinge on it, or else I pronounce it wrong every time. Because I don't speak Spanish very well, guys. We all know.
Did you say Saturday night on there?
Saturday night, yes.
We won't be here. We'll be in Vegas this weekend. So if you guys are going to be in Vegas, let me know. But Ephraim, I'll message you my locker number, and I don't lock it anyway, so you just go in the drawer and grab one. They'll be in there. I think I have like 5 or 6 packs left, so one of them's yours.
That's the nice thing about this lounge. You don't need to lock up anything. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So, okay, now here some construction issues starting to happen. I'm getting a runaway on one side, and it's the side I'm burning on top, so let's hopefully that corrects itself. Smoke output's still really good, though. Draws real easy.
Mm-hmm.
The ash is stacking very well, although there's a little bit of crack in the ash, but honestly, I can probably tap that off in a half an inch. Not worry about it at all.
Some other cigar news. The Drew Estates is shipping out the Pappy Van Winkle Family Reserve in the Flying Pig.
What?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's not the original Pappy.
No.
That's the second. No, not the traditional either. It's the Family Reserve.
Yes.
So that's going to come out in the Flying Pig size. I'm a big fan of the Flying Pig size.
Across the board. I
think they're just fantastic shapes. They're fantastically well made, especially that Liga number 9.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I would love to get a pack of all of them together.
Oh man, that would be so cool. Get all of them plus the Undercrowns and the Kentucky Fire Cure and all that. Oh, that'd be so cool.
Whatever Flying Pig you can find, I want in that pack. It's a ridiculous little guy, but for some reason they burn for a long time. No matter which one I've had, and it's always just a flavor powerhouse. For instance, if you really like the Kentucky Fire Cure, which I do, I think you'll even have one step up when you try that Flying Pig.
Oh yeah.
Same goes with the T52 or the number 9. It's just for some reason that size is just unbelievably well made. And yeah, that's all I can say about that.
We have 2 events coming up middle of next month, both on the 13th. The first one is a Rocky Patel event over at Cigars and More 2.
Oh, yeah.
Looking forward to them having a good event there. And the second one is going to be in Simi Valley, and that's going to be Aganorsa. And from what I hear, there may not be a special guest there. We're waiting to confirm that. But that's the event that I think we're going to be at, is the Aganorsa event. Have not yet been to one, so I really would like to go to Aganorsa event.
I think that's a good call. I'm looking forward to that. Billy, how you doing? Checking in from High Skies flying home to Long Island. All right, there we go. All right. Hope you had a good time in Florida, though. Besides that, there's also some local events that all on the same day. There is a charity ugly sweater party
For Toys for Tots, yeah.
Toys for Tots.
Our buddy Johnny's birthday.
Oh yeah, it's
Birthday party.
Rick, how you doing? Man, it's just a busy 13th
Rick.
December.
Rick, you got to let me know when you're going to be available. Come by, man. I got one of these waiting for you. I really want you to try this Viva La Vida. We talked about it at the event, and I got one for you. So let me know when you're ready.
But other than that, there's also this Saturday, I believe. Yes, this weekend is the 1-year anniversary for El Segundo Cigars and More being open.
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
I was told it was going to be the beginning of December.
Yeah, I thought so too. I wanted to be there.
We're going to go, and then all of a sudden they changed it on us, and that hurt because we cannot make it.
Yeah, this weekend, like I said earlier, you guys will be in Vegas for Shock Fest, the horror convention. But I'm also going to hit up a Cigar Factory. I'm going to hit up hopefully Helios, Vatos, La Casa. Of course, I'm going to the Monte Cristo Lounge and have myself an Illusion and a old fashioned. I mean, it's something I have to do.
Good pairing. And we have to hit up these shops because we've got something coming to you guys in March. So we got to start laying the groundwork.
Yes.
Brick by brick, we got to build this this float. And I am looking forward to March. It's going to be a really good time. If you can make it, be sure to be there with us from the 20th to the 22nd.
Yeah, that's another reason we're going out there is we got to get these details locked in. We got to talk to Vatos. We want to get them on board to host an event for one of the nights.
Yes.
Want to get a hold of the cigar outlet to hold the event one of the nights, and see what we can work into with them. Obviously, people gonna want to go to Casa Fuente.
Yeah, go hang out there. Or
I'm not the biggest fan, but if that's something that guys want to do, definitely we'll do it. The Monte Cristo Lounge, of course. La Casa, I think, will be one to go to. I mean, Helios will be one to go to. So I definitely want to check them out, get you guys the best details that we can about making this trip happen. So if you guys can make it out to Vegas, March 20th through the 22nd, we want you guys out there.
Yeah. We even said that if we get enough of us together who want to, we'll make that trip over to Arizona and go see Zeal.
I have to do an amendment on that. I don't know what I was thinking. It's not 2 hours away. It's 4 hours away.
Oh, yeah, because it's 8
It's
hours.
halfway. Yeah, it's halfway.
Oof, that is a distance.
So if we wanted to make a whole day trip out of it, we could.
We'd have to.
But we'll definitely talk about that once we get some more details. Maybe we can have Brad come up and meet us.
Yeah, we'll just all meet on the Hoover Dam and have a cigar over there.
Yeah. We were going to invite Ruben, but, he's not old enough yet, so we can't.
I'm just going to let you do whatever you're doing. I don't even understand anymore. Yes, how's it going? Even me, I'm on vacation. There we go. Yeah. Billy said we also should push for Cigars for Warriors. Absolutely.
Yes.
About 2 months ago now, 2, maybe 3, we had our Cigars for Warrior event here at Culebra's.
Raised $100 and almost 200 cigars.
I'll say, yeah, about 200 cigars. Really great job from the lounge.
Yeah.
I really do appreciate that. And our local event coordinator, Mitch Smith, has our setup over at Cigars and More on Rosedale. So if you guys want to donate and you're in town, be sure to check them out. If not, make sure to find one close to you or just send them straight to Florida to Cigars for Warriors, and they'll get them where they need to go. They're past their million cigar donation, and now they're looking to get that 2 million in there. And I know we can get them there.
Hey, Ruben, when you're overseas, did anybody get any cigar packages that you can think of?
No.
No? Okay.
I don't remember. I had to put Afghanistan back in 2009. That's when we first started. I didn't see anything with cigars or anything like that. So
I think it was Cigars for Warriors is a little newer than that because
7 years old.
Yeah,
So 2012.
yeah, because
yeah, it's basically it was 3 years before I deployed.
Okay.
it was created as a way to kind of combat what's happening with
Right, but I'm sure people still got cigars overseas even before Cigars for Warriors. Just they didn't have an actual
yeah.
nonprofit to do it. So I'm just curious because I know.
You just meant in general.
Yeah.
Okay, I get you now. I was about to say, I think it was more of a after Congress passed the rules about companies can't donate tobacco products to troops overseas,
which is bullshit. Sorry, but
I don't
that's
understand.
bullshit.
Yeah, that makes no sense. A company wants to do a good deed, and you're like, nah, you don't deserve it. Anyway, but that's why we have organizations like Cigars for Warriors who come in and kind of facilitate that service still happening so everyone can enjoy it and just take a little break from what's going on.
Right.
And honestly, I'd rather people be smoking cigars than pretty much anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So keep doing it, please.
Please do.
And I can say, as I talked before, my burn is not razor sharp, but it is corrected itself quite a bit compared to what it was, which was going to be start making a pretty good canoe. Now it's barely wavy. I'm actually very impressed with that.
I've got to say my flavors are already changed. I'm still getting some of that bitter chocolate in there, but the spices die down considerably, and I'm getting now kind of a musty earth flavor coming in.
Musty earth.
Yeah, it's unique flavor. I'm not gonna lie.
Sounds good. I also had the envy. You had the comeback. The night of was when I had mine, and I very much enjoyed that. And yeah, Bill, the government sometimes just doesn't know what it's doing. Actually, about 60% of the time, they don't know what they're doing, and they just do stuff to make it look like they know what they're doing, and it comes to a full circle of problems that creates.
Right.
But the only way we can kind of fix that is keep voting, keep up on what they're doing, and make your voice heard.
Which reminds me, we have a very short window to secure a nomination for next year's ballot. So we're still working on that, you guys. I'm going to find whatever seat I can get available for our local government here. And if you guys are local, Kern County, Bakersfield City area, going to need your guys' help and sign petitions to get me on that ballot because I am going to run for something. I'm going to work my way up to mayor, and then I'm going to make this name change from Bakersfield to Cigar Town, USA.
Oh, Cigar Town, USA, of course. I don't know if there's enough cigar smokers in Bakersfield.
I bet if all the cigar smokers in Bakersfield voted for me, we could win any vote.
I don't know about that just yet.
I think we could.
If oil bill is switch for meth, cigar should be okay.
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, you can take over California that way.
Yep.
I'm still gonna be on the fence a little right now. What is the number of signs do we need or signatures, excuse me, to get you on the ballot?
I think it was $1,500. If I don't want to pay, it's like $1,200.
Well, let's see if we get the signatures first. Not just because of the money, but because if you can get those $1,500, that's a pretty good indication that you should be on the ballot.
Right.
I pay to play. I understand, obviously, because you think you might have a good message to put out there. But if you can't get those initial ballot, sign-ins, I don't see that being a good option of you winning. Kind of throwing your money out there.
Yeah, I get that. I get where you're coming from. So yeah, we're definitely we're looking into it, you guys. We've been over to the city clerk's office a couple of times to talk to him about it, and we're definitely going to figure something out with that.
Excuse me, real quick, guys. The computer's acting up.
What'd you do?
No, just a program opened up on its own, so I wanted to close that out.
No,
never a good thing.
Spoke with David Blanco. I can't see that. What does it say, Mike? It's too far away.
I spoke to David Blanco. Told him he needs to go see y'all when he gets out to the west. I would love that. We only got to talk to him once.
Yeah, it was crazy to you because I didn't recognize him at first, and I know he watches the show, so my apologies to that.
I felt bad because I was just interested in a drink.
Yeah, so we were in line at IPCPR the first night. When you get there, they have this crazy party. Someone always is the sponsor of the night, and this night was Cohiba and their New Connecticut. And so obviously we went to the thing. We got our one cigar you're supposed to get, and then we got a bunch of other ones because we were greedy like that. They do this awesome dinner. They do a prime rib dinner with vegetables and potatoes and all this stuff. And then around it, they have like ice cream bars and like pasta bars and stuff. So there's food everywhere, cigars everywhere, drinks everywhere. Everything's complimentary, right?
It was all free.
Yeah, so you just tip your waiter, tip your bartender, and we're in the back corner because it's the shortest line to get a drink. And he's behind us, and we start talking. And then I introduced myself, and he's like, "Yeah, I know who you guys are." He's like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "And I'm sorry, your name, sir?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm David Blanco." And I was like, "Oh shit!"
What? It took me a second because I didn't recognize him without being on top of a tank,
right?
Or something else awesome. If you see his videos, because he put out some really cool stuff too through his social media. I think it's just Facebook. I don't think he does YouTube yet.
Right.
But go check out David Blanco Cigars Facebook page, and there's some crazy stuff on there. I don't remember the last one I saw off the top of my head, but I know I got to go back and visit it again because it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of other content creators out there who do similar or kind of what we do as well that I love to watch.
Yeah.
Cigar Prop was on the YouTube page a little while ago. Love watching him. Zeal Cigars, Dad Smoke Cigars, the Boardroom, along with Vegas Outlet. They do a great show.
Barrels and Leaf.
The Ash Holes, Barrels and Leaf, Puro Latina, Cigar Catch Fire, Delicia for Cigar Vixen.
Mm-hmm.
I could keep going.
Yeah, there's tons.
There's tons of them. And I want to get us all together again. Bob, the cigar guy. Yeah. Not our Bob. He's a little older and he doesn't want to be on camera. We've tried. But what I'm just saying is that there's a lot of really cool content creators out there, and I'm glad you guys are watching us. And if you have any that you think we should be watching, let us know too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's always great to keep in contact with everybody.
Yeah, I 100% agree. It's not a competition; it's a community. So, the more people we can get reviewing and talking about cigars, the better, because then the more people will know about it. So, definitely a good idea.
Yeah, like we touched on this before, but when the documentary Handrolled came out, it really showed me the importance of cigar aficionado and getting people in, not just to cigars, but into the culture of cigars and the what's the word, the whole industry around it. And I love that. And I think this next step with social media is going to be that next resurgence of cigars getting their due, and the entire community that goes with it. And Kevin says, "Did you see what Saka's boobs went for?" The last I saw, they were a lot more than I was expecting. What was the final tally on that? Yeah, let us know, because the Saka boobs for breast cancer awareness was a great idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. That was hilarious.
That was very funny. Awesome. And I didn't know dressing like a woman can make money for other people. I did it for a couple plays back in the day, and I saw no money for that. So it is what it is. That's on me. Should have charged for that. It happens. But other than us planning out for March, obviously there'll be other events in between here and there. The further out we know about them, we will start promoting them then as well, guys. Just like this. What do we have? 4 months? Mm-hmm. We're out 4 months out from a little less than 4 months now. A little over 4 months. Excuse me.
December, January, February, March. No, 4 months. Almost 4 months exactly, because it's the 21st right now.
Yeah. 6,700 for Saka's and 200 for Abe's. Oh, poor Abe. That is okay.
Wow.
You know what? I think Saka threw in some pretty cool prizes with that, because he didn't want his fakies flying around there. So I think whoever won that, they got some awesome stuff coming their way. I remember seeing that list, and it was impressive what you get for winning that auction.
Yeah.
And Tom, how you doing? Tom, are you over in Morocco still right now? Let us know.
It was good seeing you in Vegas, though. That was awesome. But yeah, again, you guys, we'll be in Vegas. We leave tomorrow around midday. We'll probably be getting there probably around 4. Headed straight to the hotel for the convention to set up. And then we'll be in Vegas all weekend, guys. So if you guys want to come hang out with us, let us know. We'll be at the Cigar Outlet Saturday night for our show. Hang out with JJ and all them. So if you guys want to come see us film live, you want to be on the show, you want to hang out, make sure you guys get a hold of us and get down there. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I love going to Vegas, we go every few months, and it's a lot of fun.
I was not expecting how much we'd be in Vegas. It truly feels like a second home at this point. And I plan on being there a lot more next year, too. There's a bunch of events, not just cigar-related, filmmaking, the horror stuff, definitely cigars as well. But there's so much happening in Vegas. Unfortunately, there'll be a bunch of Raiders fans over there now, too. So we'll have to deal with that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm excited to see the Raiders play in Vegas. I think that's a good city for them. And if you've seen the merchandise, and all the signs and stuff, Vegas is getting ready for the Raiders to be there.
Oh yeah,
And they're showing them a lot of love, which I think is cool. I know Oakland did too, but things move on, and I hope everyone's happy with the move.
And the Raider faithful from Oakland, they'll still travel a few hours to Vegas. They're going to love it. The stadium looks absolutely beautiful.
You're going to see a roaming black hole
Yeah.
of vans, of Raiders fans going to Vegas.
Yeah.
That's going to be very intense. So if you're going to a gas station and you see the black hole pull up, maybe wait for the next gas station, because that's Raider Nation at that moment. We've been being in California, you'll see pizza places where they have like a Raider Nation flag out front or something. On Sundays, maybe I'll go to a different pizza place.
Yeah.
Because it gets rowdy. They have a great time, but they're not very friendly to other fans, other teams. It just is what it is. And I think it's kind of hilarious.
Oh, absolutely.
And kind of awesome how passionate they get about friggin' the Raiders, who I think they're on a losing. They're at a losing season right now, but they're catching up. I think it's 4 or 5 and 6 now.
I will find out.
Yeah. But last I checked, their win versus losses are actually catching up, so they might have a chance to go to those playoffs. My team does not. The Buccaneers, we're not doing it. We're not going to playoffs this year. It's fine. It's whatever.
When was the last time you guys made the playoffs?
Yeah, you don't ask those kind of questions, right? We don't need to worry about that. When was the last time you guys lost to the Ravens? Oh, like 2 weeks ago? Yeah. Whatever. Damn Tom Brady. Anyway,
they're at 6-4 right now. They're sitting second place in the AFC West.
Geez, I was way off. Excuse me. Okay, that's good for them. They're gearing up for some good seasons going into Vegas, which I like to see, because when the Knights became a team for hockey, they went to the friggin' Stanley Cup first year. That's impressive right there. And I want to see Vegas keep up with those winning streaks. I heard they have some talks to get a basketball and baseball team out there, and it's unbelievably fast growing. It's getting more expensive by the day to be in Vegas, but if you're there, you're in for some exciting times.
Oh, yeah. It's always a great time. Like you said, there's always something going on in Vegas, all kinds of different conventions and stuff. And I like I said, we go every few months, and I like going every time. So,
yeah. And if you're a Vegas local, you might see a man, a myth, a legend there quite often, Coleman from Sinistro. That is also his second home right there.
It is. It really is.
That guy knows Vegas like the back of his hand. I want to go with him so I know exactly what to do. And, it's every time he goes, it looks like more fun than I've ever been to Vegas. And I'm jealous. But at the same time, I'm like, man, go get it, Coleman. Great guy. I love that guy. Cannot wait to try the Mr. White and Gold and the Mr. Candela. Mm-hmm. If you guys have a chance to try those, let us know what you think. I really do appreciate that info. And if you haven't already, try the Honor Among Thieves. Love that cigar, even though it had the pre-release.
Yeah.
I love the band, though. The new one, if you check it out, please do so. It's awesome. And obviously one of my very favorites is the Last Cowboy Maduro. I love that cigar. And if you haven't tried that, you really need to catch up, because that one's phenomenal. And it's my number one last year. I'm making sure it's on the list this year. It absolutely deserves that spot. And Kevin says he's a Dolphins fan, so he feels my pain. Yeah, I love the Dolphins too, all right? Miami, Florida team's right there, so we know what's going on. It's the weather. It's just not good for football. It's not our fault. It's not the team's fault. It's just, you'd rather be having a cigar in Florida, not playing football. I understand. They can't play all the time. Can't practice that much. They have more important things to do. What are you going to do if you're in Boston? It's all cold and stuff. You're just going to play football. Yeah, I'm being a crybaby now.
Yeah.
Dead Dollars says go Eagles. Oh, man. Oh, you should have seen poor Frankie when Philadelphia beat up on his Patriots. I was happy for the Eagles, all right? That was their first one, right?
Whatever.
That was their first, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. Whatever.
I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is.
Oh, anyways, Dead Dollars, hope you're having a good one out there. Got to see you on there. Hope to catch you tonight on Girls Going Gin, which will be at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, guys. So if you want to check that out as well, they'll be talking about what's going on this weekend, what they plan to check out, along with their topic of the night, which I cannot remember off the top of my head. Besides that, any other cigar news before I kind of go into?
No, everything else was basically this place and that place is raising the age limit to 21. Got a couple new releases coming out that were already announced, but they're starting to ship. So nothing huge going on other than that HR 2339.
That's a good amendment or a good compromise that they're throwing in there to start. Hopefully we expand on that. But it is what it is. It's going to take time. It obviously is going to take time just to get through the voting processes, multiple voting processes. Okay, so we move past that a little bit. I wanted to talk again about Tuesday's video where we did our 5 for 55 or less, and Trina threw out a little challenge to us for 7 for 75. So we got a little bit higher of a budget so we can kind of fit other sticks in there, stuff that I hope you guys will enjoy just as much as we enjoyed the ones that we put on the 55 list. And then a 10 for 110, or was it 10 for 100?
I think it was 10 for 100.
10 for 100. Which also lends itself to have some really good sticks in there, along with some really good value price ones as well.
Right, because you can either get, $10 cigars, or you can get, a couple of ones that are, $7 to $8 range, and then get a couple that are $12 range. So there's a whole lot of area and wiggle room to kind of work with it. I'm actually curious to see what we're going to come up with.
I'm really debating throwing, here's one Padron 1864 or 1964.
64,
64, yeah.
And a whole bunch of jams.
And a whole bunch of, something else real cheap on there. Or an Atabay, along with some other more inexpensive stuff. But we'll see what happens. We'll see how that goes. Next Tuesday, on the 26th, if you're watching or if you're listening to this tomorrow, we'll start the list.
We start our top 10 list.
Number 10 to number 6 spot.
And unlike the years previous, this will be one list that Miguel and I will argue and complain about. And but at the end, it'll be a list that we come up with together.
I'm excited for it. I'm nervous for it as well because there's been so many good cigars this year. I already know some that we've had to push out already. If you're a Patreon subscriber, you heard what we were fighting over, what we're struggling to deal with. There'll be another one of those videos next week. Talking about the 5-1 spot. So everyone, if you want to help us out on the Patreon, you definitely go over there and check out extra content.
You guys are more than welcome to guess, too, which cigar is going to be our number 1 cigar of the year.
Yes.
So far, the last 2 years running, it's been the Oliva Sierra Via Melanio Figurado. Is it time for the three-peat?
We'll see. It's definitely not, because mine have been different year to year. I had the La Bijou, and I had last year was the Last Cowboy Maduro. So I think, as far as variety goes, we should probably switch it up.
As far as variety goes, it means the Oliva Sierra Via Melanio has been the number 1 cigar 50% of the time.
It doesn't count. It's the same guy doing the same thing over and over again. That's the definition of insanity.
Not when it's that good.
Gosh dang it. It is a great cigar. I will give you that. I'm really hoping I can convince you that it's not number 1. I'm definitely not going to give it a heads up for number 1. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry, Manny, our rep for Oliva here in California, but I can't let it happen every time. We've got to fight that.
So only time will tell.
I know I'm going to have so much flack for this guy. Although we do have the top 10 list still, but we also have our other awards that we're doing. We have Best Accessory, Tobacconist of the Year, Shop of the Year, Lounge of the Year, Rep of the Year, and
Boutique and core line stuff.
Yes, 2 different.
Or Legacy, as they like to be called.
They're not going to get that name. That's a ridiculous name. I'm not going to go Legacy every time. No, it's not going to happen. But we also have what did we call it exactly? What was the term we wanted to use for best alternative cigar spot?
Yeah.
Spot. Thank you.
That was a fun one.
I want to kind of hear what else is out there, though, because ours obviously is more West Coast. We stretched it all the way to Texas, kind of kept it in our loop. But if you guys know of somewhere else you can smoke cigars where that's not the main focus, but it's somewhere that you love to smoke a cigar that you can, not like, I went to the movies and had a cigar and people kicked me out, but it was a lot of fun. We're not going to count that. But let me hear other spots that you like to have a cigar at that you actually can. The Patreon is the Bakersfield Gentleman. You can also find just patreon.com/BacoGent661. Ephraim, the El Baracho from Dapper is amazing. I honestly think if we were to put something from Dapper on there, it'd be La Madrina. That would be my choice. Yeah. The La Madrina has been one of my favorite cigars for a very long time. I found it over at Perfect Blend in Fresno. Where LTD? No. It was at because it was the first time when we went to go film with Michael. I just
okay.
by Perfect Blend.
Okay.
I just see this skull or a skeleton hand, excuse me, wrapped around a rose, and I'm like, no name that you can really read because it's very subtle.
Very
writing.
subtle on the side, yeah.
And it was a really nice, unique looking band, and not over cluttered with details and stuff, which is nothing wrong with that. But I liked the way it stood out.
Very clean.
And I picked it up. I was like, this is going to be for Halloween because it was the beginning of October, so I saved that for a month. And when I smoked it, I was hooked. I love it. They even came out with a stronger version. I think the next batch, he said, we've got some really good feedback on the La Madrina, but we wanted to go a little kick it up a notch. And I think they made an absolutely wonderful call. It is even better than the first time I had it, and they get better every time.
Yeah, it is a fantastic cigar. It is probably the best. My favorite of the Dapper line.
I could agree with that very easily.
The Cubo is good. The El Borracho is good.
Oh, yeah.
Both versions of Maduro and the original. But yeah, I just think that the La Madrina is fantastic.
Could not agree more. I think it just really lends to Ian's pre-embargo blending style.
Cuban-esque style blending.
Cuban-esque blending style. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Can't forget the Cuban-esque part. If you have a chance, make sure you tell him that too, that you really do appreciate his pre-embargo way of
He
blending.
loves hearing it. He loves hearing that. Some other cigars that we have up on possibly being on our list, was we had a couple from Southern Draw.
Yes.
And the new Brimstone, the Ledstrom, and the Desert Rose. All three fantastic cigars. The new size of the Cedrus, also fantastic cigar. New cigars for me this year was the Crux line, as well as the Blackbird.
Blackbird was unbelievably wonderful. I feel bad walking into IPCPR not knowing who they were. I think you did your research better than I did and had okay, we got to go check these guys out. They're doing some really cool stuff. And I think they're phenomenal. They're very cool guys running the company. They're doing a great job with their product, doing a great job with the marketing and the artwork of it. And when they explained to me the color schemes behind each of the different bands.
Oh, man, that's so cool, yeah.
Unbelievably cool.
Yeah.
And Kevin, sorry about that. I don't know why it's not popping up, but I will put the link in the description as soon as we're done so I can type it out properly. Maybe I'm messing up in my own head right now. So I'll make sure to get that to you ASAP. But, other than that, we also have Facebook allowing us to do the subscribe or the supporters here on Facebook. And that was just $5 a month. And I actually want to talk to this guy about an idea I had to really push that out. And I want to do a long stream for that. I'm talking a very long stream. And I think we might have to, I don't know how long we can go on Facebook. I think we stop at 8 hours right now is our limit. But if they will allow us to go longer, I'm going to check and I will go even longer.
That's cool.
And I want to do, because I can't always go to Vatos in Vegas to do the all you can smoke
cigar buffet.
I think I want to do it here. I will pick out at least 12 cigars beforehand for the 8 hour stretch, if not more.
Wow.
And I will try to finish all of them in the 8 hours, and we will film the entire way. And that will be the first video just for supporters.
That's one way to do it.
What do you think?
I like it.
And then I want to get that by you, but that part I can release. There's more to it that I want to include in there. But that's just the premise, and then we're going to build off from there. And I am excited for that. And Alex Casa said he was with you guys at Cigar Fest. Alex, yeah, right, yeah. It was a really fun time. I'm sorry you couldn't be there, man. I really wish you could have. There will be another one. We're trying to get them to do one for not just one time a year.
We want to do spring and fall.
Yes, thank you. That's what I was trying to get to. That. I couldn't think of the word.
Matt, how you doing?
Spring. But that's going to be interesting because what part of spring? Because they're going to want to do it on the 21st, I think. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, very funny.
No, yeah. Matt, I hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in on YouTube too, guys. Really do appreciate that. We'll keep making sure we do it on Facebook and YouTube if you guys like this, at least for the podcast for now. And whenever we have a chance to do it for the live shows, we'll probably keep doing that as well from time to time.
Yes.
But when we're on location, it's just harder to kind of switch them over. You can't do the split to two sites from mobile, so it is what it is. And internet connection when we're out and about sometimes
iffy.
Does not lend itself. We just want to make sure we get at least one stream out there as best quality it can look.
Real quick, just an update on my King's comeback here. I'm getting a very, very heavy roasted peanut flavor.
Roasted peanut, nice.
Yeah, it's very, very dominant right now as I get to about the halfway point of the cigar. Again, the King's comeback. Used the Maduro wrapper from Zeal Cigars. Brad's one of his top sellers, he says. These come in 20-count bundles. You get them in 5-packs as well. And the reason he chose bundles for these instead of boxes is it's a cheaper price point for you guys. You guys can get them in the bundles. Don't have to worry about bands. Don't have to worry about boxing and shipping and all that.
Yeah.
So I don't think we got any complaints so far on anybody that's got them from when we had our taster. So
I appreciate that too. Whatever you can do to keep the price point as fair as you can and as competitive with other cigars. And it is a very nice cigar, even if you want to just consider it a bundle. I think it's a good step up above most bundles out there. There are some that I do enjoy. You can buy a good bundle at $50 for 20, which is a phenomenal price.
I think it's definitely been worthy of being called a boxed quality bundle.
I definitely agree with that. And from Death to Life, how you doing?
Oh, he's up in Fresno.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh, cool, very cool.
Yeah, he always posts about the stuff going on LTD, and for whatever reason, anytime LTD has something going on, we have something going on.
We're gonna split up. You have to go to LTD. I'll take care of here. We'll split screen in. Boom, both events at once.
That would be kind of fun though to do multiple events. Have everybody on one stream from different events.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. We can do that.
We can do that. I'll be at PCA this year. You be somewhere else.
No.
Oh, okay.
Why would you do that to me, huh? Trying to block me out of the biggest event, jerk. That dog's got to run. Okay, no worries. You have a good one. We'll see you later tonight. I know the girls are looking forward to it. But back to the idea I was having. I just want to kind of give back to everybody who's really been supporting us through that. I already know people are signing up for it, which is a huge help, guys. Every time you share, every time you like stuff, it all really adds up to get the word out there. And next year is going to be a big one for the show, not just for new content, but for new places visited.
Yep.
We've got a list of places that no longer is the driving length. It is that we got to fly out there.
But we will be going to Fresno. We will be getting out to Fresno, I promise.
We're going to fly to Fresno now. No more driving to Fresno.
We'll see if we can work something out and get out there to Modesto as well. So we can hang out with Matt as well.
Heck yeah. I do. I love Modesto Cigar Club. The place is awesome. Those aisles are outstanding. You need a shopping cart when you go into that place. If you have a certain cigar that you really like, chances are they have it, and they have it in all the sizes you can think of. They do a great job of giving their customers unbelievable selection and listening to you guys when you're over there. Hey, I really like this. They'll get it in for you. And the last event we went was for Sinistro.
Yes.
And not only they have great selection for that, but it was also great as far as the event itself. It was a lot of fun. Really cool guys. It's the exact feel that I like having when I'm at a cigar lounge. So nothing but great stuff over in Modesto right now.
Yeah, and again, Cigars Limited out in Fresno. It is one of the most beautiful shops I've ever been to. That humidor is well stocked. The lounge itself is beautiful, friendly people. We just don't get to go out there as much as we'd like to.
We'll just have to do it.
Yeah.
And then I gotta say, my cigar, because I didn't mention this, but the spices kind of died down. It's a lot sweeter now. There's still a nice bit of cedar notes going through there. Decent amount of leatheriness still. A little bit of nuttiness kicking in too. I would say like a little bit of peanut and sweet.
Huh.
So if you ever had like
peanut brittle,
I think kind of, or like those roasted peanuts where they have a little sugar wrapped around it.
It's almost like the ones that come in the Cracker Jacks.
Kind of, yeah. But very nice. It's been very steady flavors all the way through, and they're not short. It lasts very long. And my burn, it's still a little wavy, but nothing that I need to correct. And ash is holding on pretty well. I can tap it and get it off and not worry about anything. Yeah, you can see where it's kind of a little bit off, but it's not bugging me that much. Smoke output is still great. Mm-hmm. The draw is still easy, so I'm not having much to complain about over here. Hey, Andrew, how's it going?
Then again, guys, for those of you guys that might have just joined, we'll be in Vegas. We're leaving tomorrow morning, getting there tomorrow afternoon. We'll be there till Monday morning. So if you guys are going to be on the Vegas area, let us know. I'd love to get together, have a cigar, have a drink, just hang out and talk, really looking forward to it. I just, again, I hate to say it, but I like going to Vegas. Not somewhere I don't think I'd want to live, But Denver's somewhere I'd like to go visit.
I could live there. I'd be in a lot of trouble very quickly, but I could live there. I think a good 3 months, and then they'd probably kick me out. Or maybe I would just blend in completely. I have no idea I'm there. Just normal debauchery for them because I'm sure they deal with a lot more than I could get myself into.
Oh yeah.
I don't cause that many problems. Just a cigar and a couple of drinks. Not a big deal. Not gonna.
That's what they all say.
But I'm being serious. No? When your voice goes high like that, you're not gonna cause problems. If anyone sees me on the news this weekend, please don't show my parents. I guess. Don't tell I'm a priest, and we're good. We're good to go. But other than that, I'm pretty much wrapped up.
Yeah, that's gonna do it, you guys. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching and listening on the podcast later on when it's posted up. We try to come out with podcast, do it every Thursday live, and then of course the actual recorded part comes out for Fridays.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We will catch you guys next time. And again, please join us in Vegas if you guys can. If you guys can't join us this weekend, look for details to come on the March 20th through 22nd HERF. Going to go on in Vegas 2020.
Yeah, looking forward to that a lot.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, and don't forget, real quick, perfect timing. Kevin, before we leave, he's got his show on Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 5 o'clock our time?
5 o'clock our time.
Yeah, so make sure you check that out for our West Coast guys. Again, 5 o'clock.
Gonna be 100% honest, though. I'm going to have a hard time this Sunday because I'm going to have the iPad on Survivor Series and my phone on Kevin. So I'm going to kind of watch both screens.
Oh my! I forgot. Yeah, this Sunday is Survivor Series.
Yeah,
check it out. What do we got? We got Ryan Gallimore, the new manager of consumer engagement for Drew Estate. Nice. That'll be an awesome one. I want to check that out. I want to hear what he has to say. Very exciting stuff. So yeah, I will be watching. I Tapped That Cigar Show on the Cigar Prop YouTube channel. If you guys haven't subscribed already, you should be. Go check that out. If you want to, go subscribe to ours as well, Bakersfield Gentleman. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter are BacoGent661.
Yes.
The podcast is iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. The Bakersfield Gentleman for all those. Patreon, patreon.com/BacoGent661.
Yes.
And the BakersfieldGentleman.com. We have more articles for you. We will have all of the events for next year listed on there. As soon as we get them, we'll have them out there for you too.
Absolutely.
So other than that, guys, I think we're good.
That'll do it. Please donate to Cigars for Warriors as often as you guys can. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Bam.